going on, everybody? Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at Wave 1 core class of Transformers United. We have Tasmania Kid, Bouldercrash, and Transformers Energon Megatron. We are starting out this review in alternate mode because that's where I want to start it. I've recorded this review about 6 times already, and I'm sick of transforming these things. We're going to start off with Tasmanian Kid today, and in terms of accuracy, I could not tell you if this is accurate to a Tasmanian Devil. The paint on the teeth, I really do appreciate being bright white, the eyes having baby blues, and the overall coloring of the figure works well. It's just weird looking, and I don't know if that's actually legit to a Tasmanian Devil, and I know Tasmanian Devils are fearsome little critters. Like, they are nasty little buggers, but this guy, it looks fine. Though, I mean, it's obvious that there's something underneath. But, yeah, as a alt mode, it's fine. Except for the head. And this spot right here is what I'm talking about. This little toupee thing going on with the head. I get why it's like that. The transformation to robot mode really wouldn't work all that well if this flap was attached to the sides of the head, because then you'd have just this crease going down the front. But it doesn't work, and it looks like it's about to pop open and spew brains out, or an even tinier figure is going to pop out of his head and shoot you. I just don't like that panel lining. And if you try to futz with it and get it closed on one side, the other side, the gap gets bigger. So it's a no-win scenario. All right, transformation time. To start off with, pull the tail off the figure. And this will become the gun. You could see that the gun is, well, gun-shaped. Yeah. Okay, transformation. I like to first come down to the back of the legs and push them forward to unpeg them from these pegs that you see right here and here. Then grab it and split it open like you're filleting a fish. And then grab the entire back and pull it away from the figure like that. And then take the rear legs, point them straight out, grab the head and split it in half, and then pull the legs of the robot mode out and bring them forward. And then the rear legs of the beast mode, flip them up and peg them into the robot mode shoulders. Turn the head around, come down to the head and point it forward, and open up the jaws all the way, and those will form the heels. Bring the legs down, and then bring the head up. Take the backpack and fold the little top of the beast head in, and then bring that whole thing, and it will snap into place. I like to fold the beast legs down along the back like that, and here we go. Just go, we will just go ahead and attach the gun to the under or to the rear of the forearm and stand the figure up. And there we go. The overall look of the figure in robot mode works incredibly well, and this definitely feels like, well, what I always imagined Tasmanian Kid looked like. For those of you who don't know, he was the Cheetor of Beast Wars 2nd. You know, the young, brash, little robot guy that constantly got himself in trouble. And let's be honest, in that original show, if it weren't for him, I think the Destrons would have been beaten quite a bit quicker. Well, except for Galvatron, because Galvatron was just a powerhouse, but all the others were complete and total morons. It was a kid show, what can I say? Paint on this guy is absolutely great. I love the red and the white on the tummy. The head sculpt is really good, and the paint on the face and the eyes is also really good, and the overall aesthetic works well. I don't care for the fact that the legs of the robot mode and the forearms and the tail are different shades of brown than the rest of the brown on the figure, and that's honestly just because they're not glossy. Look at that. Then look at that. So you got glossy and then matte finish, which it's just irritating to my eye. That's just a personal thing. Posability-wise, ball joint in the feet, ball joint in the knees, ball joint in the hips, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. Damn it. Even though the figure has ball joints for days, it's very top heavy. And I mean, that's a lot of plastic chunky shell formeriness going on back there. You can't get around it. The physics only works in certain ways, and the physics of this figure are a little off because that's a whole lot of weight on its back. Yes, you can plug the gun barrel into his hand to act as a sword, but that just looks stupid. Overall, Tasmanian Kid is my least favorite of the three we're talking about today, but I am very glad that he's here because that means that Lio Convoy, aka Leo Prime, has a buddy. The likelihood that these are the only two Maximals from Beast Wars II is rather high. I'm hoping we get a Magna Boss at some point, but I'm not holding my breath. Energon Megatron's alternate mode of this toy works pretty well. It's good enough, let's put it that way. There are a couple of quibbles that I just really don't like about it, and that specifically has to do with, one, the turrets there beside the front nose cone fall off way too easily, and two, the fists. Those fists just stick straight up right there, and they look awful when you're looking at it from the front. Other than that, the alt mode is fine. It's very animation accurate, and I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's absolutely fine, if a little bit flawed. Now, if you've ever transformed the original Energon Megatron or its deluxe counterpart, this transformation is exactly the same-ish. To start off with, fold the wings up, and then you're going to want to twist them around, but you can't yet because you got to get the fists taken care of. So unpeg the thrusters and fold them down, turn them around, and then flip out the feet like that. Then we can take the arms and flip them around like so. That will, as soon as you start moving the arms, that will unpeg the shoulders from these little pegs. Then you could take the wings, turn them around 180 degrees, specifically so that the little gun ports that are pointing forward, and you can tell you've got it correct by the gun ports here being pointed downward. Flip the canopy around to the back, and then turn his hollow head around, and we've got ourselves a robot mode. I think Megatron looks pretty darn good for a core class figure. The coloring of the green is a little off. It's not as vibrant, or I should say as clear as I would have liked it, but it's fine. But it's definitely Megatron from Energon. I mean, you've got that figure, or that character, right here in front of you in a core class figure. So I can forgive the color mismatch. You've got the little tank, which could be a gun or a sword. But would have loved to have seen some coloring or paint on the sword. I could do that myself. Overall, fantastic robot mode. It looks great. Just one problem I have with the figure in this mode, and that's specifically with its right hand. The hole is just a little bit too small for the peg that he can use to hold his shoulder cannon with. I can fix that. That's just a small little file that I can just file the opening up a little bit better. Other than that, I don't really have many complaints. Yes, the fists don't really go anywhere in vehicle mode, which is a shame, but at this size class, I wasn't expecting them to. And it's kind of got limitations because of the size class again, but it's cool. I like it. I really hope we get a Deluxe or a Voyager class figure in Galvatron colors. That would be sweet. Bouldercrash's vehicle mode is that of a rock-themed trike. And by trike, I mean a three-wheeled motorbike. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. And the entire figure has vertebrake vibes for me. It really does, considering the size and the way the transformation works. But I think the little motorcycle mode works pretty darn well. Now, that being said, if you remove this front part and you lose it, then the bike mode is perpetually, forever, just damaged beyond repair. Without that piece, it looks like the stupidest skateboard in the world. I think this was a Kickstarter at one point, like a three-wheeled, motor skateboard. I swear that was a Kickstarter at some point. In vehicle mode, if you flip out the sword, like we do here, there is a 5mm peg on the back of the vehicle mode, so then it can be wielded like a sword. And Magnus is confused because that does not work as a sword whatsoever. In fact, it looks really stupid. But you can wield the giant pyramid head-esque knife in vehicle mode for stabby action. Just don't expect other figures to be able to ride it because they really can't. There's nowhere for the feet to go, and it's just silly. All right, the last one we're going to do is Bouldercrash, the motorcycle. First, come to the front of the motorcycle and just yank it off and put it off to the side. Take the front wheel and turn that around 180 degrees. Come down to the rear of the vehicle mode and unpeg the rear wheels, these, and straighten them out. Those will form the legs. Then turn the legs so that the top part of the hip is going just underneath that bar, and then kick it forward, and that'll allow you to turn them around all the way. Grab the arms, unpeg them, and flip them around, and then take this little piece in front of the head, fold it down, take the thing behind the head, snap it down, and, well, that's it. That was the transformation. Aesthetically, this one is my favorite. I love the look of this thing. It's igneous rock look, the fact that it looks like it's on fire constantly, I love it. Now, the giant bar hanging off the back is really stupid, and I don't like the giant bucket and wheel motif it's got going on back there. You could almost fit a Power Master or a Titan Master back there. Almost. Not quite. I still love the idea of a rock lord that's a vehicle. I mean, we've got Granite Boy in the deluxe class, and just announced there is a green-colored rock helicopter. Not announced, revealed. It was a leaked figure. I'm loving these things. I absolutely love these things. Yeah, its weapon mode is so stupid. I'm sorry, that is just really stupid. But I can't argue with the robot mode. It really works well for me. The other thing I absolutely love about this one specifically is the head sculpt. It's not symmetrical. It's got that weird slanted V taken out of it. But the eyes, the visor, and the mouth plate scream goon to me. Or, disposable goon. Love it! Now, if we're talking lame dance moves that are out of style and have been for almost 10 years, I'd say Tasmanian Kid and Balderdash definitely take the cake, with Megatron being much like me, immovable, unposable, and, quite honestly, feeling really old. I like all three of these little bots. They're fun, and the core class has been knocking it out of the park ever since they first started showing up. Now, that's not to say that these figures are perfect. They aren't. Especially Tasmanian Kid, which I'm sure we're going to get a repaint as Snarl at some point. But if I had to give them a tier list, Bouldercrash is my favorite, followed by Megatron, followed by Tasmanian Kid. There you go. I would pick up the Rock guy, I would pick up the Energon guy, and then I would pick up the Questionable Origins guy. And I mean questionable origins by you can never really tell which series it's from. Either way, all of them are definitely winners, and they're all definitely worth owning, and they are sort of cheap enough to get them all. But if you can only get one, I would get Bouldercrash, but a lot of you out there might be purists and just want something that's, I don't know, more Energon-esque or more Unicron Trilogy-esque, then pick up the Megatron. Personally, I'm waiting for a Galvatron repaint, and I'm really hoping that we get a larger version of this figure as a Galvatron repaint. All right, folks, let me know what you think of these three down in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. I have been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you all next time.